Does anyone remember this? It was only a few years ago, but it caused tremendous amounts of outrage, triggered feminists claiming that this advert was fat-shaming quite a number of poor defenseless women's. The only real fallout from this was positive, really, for Protein World certainly, who made quite a large sum of money within the space of a week. Now since then, Protein World has gone from strength to strength. Congratulations for getting a vegan model to model something for you that would then trigger people so much. Well, it seems to have done a resurfacing, where a plus-size fashion brand has transformed Protein World's Beachbody Ready advert into a body positivity campaign. Now to be clear, I'm not against body positivity, but I do think there's a fine line between being positive in the body you're in and encouraging everyone else to accept that you are, quote, healthy. I have an entire video planned around somebody that keeps dieting and failing miserably and yet claiming that they are, and not a word of a lie, they think and claim the doctor even says they're healthy at 500 pounds. Are you joking? There's nothing healthy about that. So, a plus-size fashion brand has unveiled a Beachbody-ready campaign to champion women of all sizes in the lead up to the summer. Well, it's funny you should mention that, because if you're going to be championing women of all sizes, why do you have 3 plus-size women on the poster? Seems a bit odd. The launch comes 3 years after the Protein World campaign of the same name made headlines for perpetuating harmful body image, which was in fact a complete lie. As earlier stated, the model in question on this poster is vegan, and there's nothing unhealthy about being, well, actually quite fit. There is, however, something quite wrong with this. I'm all for people claiming to be whatever they want, but if they're trying to pass off that as healthy, then we have to have a very different discussion. On numerous occasions I have stated my views on the fat acceptance movement as something of a bit of a disdainful thing, in that I personally take issue with it. I do not agree with it. I do not think for a second anyone should accept being morbidly obese as good, great, healthy, positive. While more people are becoming engaged in conversations about body positivity and a greater number of plus-size models are being featured in mainstream fashion campaigns, clothing retailer Navabi believes that more needs to be done to make the fashion industry more inclusive. I'm sure that's actually quite true. Many of us have heard the rumours and seen the documentaries about models who are forced to starve themselves to fit into outfits made by designers that, well, they look ridiculous, but it is incredibly unhealthy. However, there is a difference between being healthy and being unhealthy. One could certainly argue those who are starving themselves are not healthy. No, they're not. But it is also not healthy to think eating 6,000 calories a day is healthy. Amber Lynn Reed I'm talking about, yes. Give it time, I'm still working on this video. It might be a long one. It certainly takes a lot of effort to watch her eat food and explain how she's still on a diet. Does this count as me addressing her? No, it doesn't. Ignore all of that. We felt like not enough was changed since the original Protein World ad in 2015. It's been 3 years and things should have changed more than they have, so we wanted to take an opportunity to change them. I want to address this. It's great that an advert kick-started the need for more body positivity in mainstream media and fashion. Great. But you use it as if it was a negative from the offset, completely ignoring the model in question being healthy and vegan. I know a number of people are going to point out to me that even though I've said vegan a number of times, there are obese vegans. I know. I didn't believe it at first. But they actually exist, which astonishes me. In any case, your whole premise for body positivity is perpetuated from a misunderstanding. We wanted to say, without hesitation, that there shouldn't be a black cloud hanging over your summer because you think you don't have the right kind of body. We are our own worst critics. It is simple as that. We are a larger population. We are a very diverse population. It is unsurprising that we are overly critical of each other. Yes, we are. Because we know the difference between being body positive and morbidly obese. Being body positive, thinking stuffing your face full of several large, extra large, triple extra large, whatever they call them, jumbo-sized McDonald's things, or Manky D as one of my sisters likes to call it. I couldn't agree more. If I was ever going to eat fast food, it would probably be Nando's, if that counts, although I haven't had that in a while. Now, just to address the picture again for a second, I don't see anything wrong with these people rocking those outfits. I don't care if they go to a beach wearing a bikini, I really don't. I'm not going to be eyeing them up. They can be body positive all they want. I'm just not going to find them attractive. As long as they feel comfortable in their skin, all that skin, then there's nothing wrong with it. There really isn't. But, and I have to draw on the old-fashioned, if you're a burden to society, then I take an issue. In that, if you then require excessive medical assistance, I take issue. Until then, I don't care. But if you're going to perpetuate something that's body positive and inclusive, and yet only feature 3 plus-size models, I only say plus-size because I don't want to be accused of fat shame, do I? Then again, I'm going to take some kind of issue from it. The imagery for the campaign is clearly reminiscent of the Protein World advert that caused an uproar described by critics as sexist and offensive. Do you know what I call it? Profitable. I felt a little Ferengi for a second there. The original campaign displayed a slender model wearing a yellow bikini with the words, "Are you beach body ready?" written on top of a yellow background. Yeah, and it was promoting supplements and weight loss assistance. Let's call it that. In fact, I think it's also supplements. So this was not a body-shaming advert, and I don't think the products that they promote would help the plus-size models in this photo. As we all know, fat metabolizers have a limit, although they are a fantastic source of B12. Ding! The new billboard released by Navabi features 3 body-positive influencers with the response, "We're Beachbody Ready," 3 years on, a little reminder, emphatically written on top of the same yellow colour scheme. Well, I hope then it is as profitable to you, Navabi, as it was to Protein World when they did it. There are things from Protein World I've actually bought and ordered and tried. I can't remember if they were the ones that made the chilied crickets, because those were quite delicious. But I can't remember. I had a pot, and they were quite nice. Anyway, the billboard will appear on London's West End this week, in addition to online on a brand new website dedicated to the cause. Sweet. Rutter is one of the models featured in the campaign, in addition to Lauren Tallulah Smeet, otherwise known as Curvy Roma, and Stephanie Yeboah, also known as Nerd About Town. Well, that's not exactly a very body-positive name, is it? Curvy Roma. I can't be the only person that thinks that might be the fat cousin to Roaming Millennial. I'm not shaming you, I'm just, making an obvious distinction between you and the somewhat not-so-fat Roaming Millennial, who still hasn't made me a Sammich, so I would like to now task you, my viewers, with this. Go to her newest video, and just write in the description, "Where's Omegon's Sammich?" This campaign was a way of giving insecurities the middle finger and shunning the original Protein World campaign. Interesting to note, insecurities are personal, individual, almost unique to an extent. We all have them in some area of life. For a lot of guys I know, it would be their receded hairlines, because they are quite vain. And bodies. Let's not forget here, guys also experience body insecurity, whether it be because they put on weight and are trying to lose the weight. They aren't what they want to be, i.e. ripped, muscular, tall. A lot of guys aren't tall. They can't all be gifted. Oh dear, the arrogance. I apologise for that. Why should women feel they need to look a certain way to wear a bikini or swimwear? I'm still waiting for the one where men get to do this. This isn't as inclusive as you think. I now have to pull that card. You've got only big women in the picture, so you're not including all body types, but also not gender. I think this is key. I think if you're truly going to be inclusive and try and promote body positivity, you shouldn't only do it under the guise of women being shamed. Yes, the original Protein World ad only had a woman on it, but as you can clearly tell, she was hot. You 3 are not. Okay, hotness is subjective. She's a bit too skinny for me, but certainly hotter than you 3. I'm not big on random tattoo. That's tattoo shaming, I know, but I just don't get it. The original Protein World campaign was exclusionary and pushed the ideology that in order to be seen on the beach you had to lose weight and conform to society's standards of beauty first, taken directly from Feminism 101 manual, The Bitch Hiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where the answer to absolutely everything in all of existence, the absolute answer is patriarchy. The truth is that everybody is a beach body, and that is why I'm so happy to be a part of this Navabi campaign. Well, I live by the beach. I have never seen a land whale on that beach. I'm not calling you 3 land whales, by the way. I'm just saying that we don't see that around here. Mostly old people, but even they are skinny. And again, I don't take issue with the idea of promoting something that is positive to encourage people to go to the beach and be whoever they want to be and wear whatever they want to wear. But they are not free from criticism, and I think that's what you'd want to try and encourage. You want to try and encourage people to not criticize those that are different. And to be clear, because I know what I just said, there could be easily strawmanned, or quote-mined, sorry. If what you are promoting is something that is not healthy, then you should not be free from criticism. It is all well and good accepting people who are fat, but accepting it as if it should be normalized, no. Because while we are an aging population, while we are living longer, better lives, you are openly, actively going out of your way to harm yourself and reduce your life expectancy and increasing your chances of coming down with many, many conditions, starting with diseases like diabetes. Someone of your size, if you lost a limb, yeah, you'll never lose that weight ever, unless you're incredibly proactive. Of course, you could just mitigate that entirely by, again, referring to the Bitch Hiker's Guide to the Galaxy and simply saying, this is the fault of men, they started this, all those body standards. In conclusion to all of this, I am not a fan of creating a victim mentality with those who are bigger. If you are bigger and it's not healthy, because let's face it, there are people who are bigger that can still be healthy. If you are bigger and not healthy, and you're trying to pass it off as if people should accept it or be positive or accepting of you as unhealthy, so you are then free of any criticism about something that may not be right about you, because of course it is entirely down to you to live your life how you choose, then you are setting yourself up for a very, very, very boring. You're either a victim or you live in a hug box. You're not being challenged or challenging others. Although, now that I've said that, you are only challenging others to accept you as normal, but you're not. I hope for Navabi this is a successful campaign, because I'm sure it will encourage some that are plus size but healthy to accept who they are. But we are, as earlier stated, quite critical of ourselves, so I'm not entirely sure how far this will actually go. I doubt you will do anywhere near as well as Protein World, who I believe made £1 million in a week, was it? Or was it £200,000? Doesn't matter, their campaign was quite profitable. In fact, I believe I still use their website for various things. That all aside, I hope everyone has a lovely day. Thank you all for listening.
Omegon, I'm going to batter your prostate.
Imagine my shock